is cracking YouTube. That's right. Second video ever on the old channel here. And I have good news. Very, very, very good news. Most of my parts, actually probably not most, about 50% of my parts for the 6-liter have actually came in. We're going to unbox them today, get them all spread out, kind of show you guys what I all got. Then I'm going to go over the parts that are ordered, that are still coming in yet, and basically everything that I plan on doing with this truck so far in the near future, and go from there. So I'm going to get you guys set up somewhere different so you can actually see me unboxing everything, and I'll catch you guys once that happens. So if this box right here is any indication of what I got, I'm going to leave the big fancy things for last. And we're going to go through all the smaller parts first, smaller boxes and stuff, lay them all out so you guys can actually see what I all got. And everything from Mishimoto, not sponsored, I wish they would. Stuff's expensive, but it's high quality, so. First box, right here, silicone radiator hoses, uppers, lowers. This pack, a little pamphlet, mint. Wonder if there's a sticker in there. We're gonna keep that for later. This bag appears to be the degas bottle hose and then all the associating hardware that comes with this kit. If I could get the fucking bag open, jeepers cripes, kids. Oh, there we go. Got 2 hose clamps, which I thought there would be more. And then, yes, the degas bottle. All these are nice silicone hoses, and actually just first glance at actually seeing them, they are really nice feeling hoses compared to what's on there now. The ones that are on there, pretty old, pretty sacked out, pretty worn out. These feel like they are pretty stout, if I must say. So far we're doing good with the Mishimoto things. But that is not all we got. We've got more. We've got so much more. Yet another box from Mishimoto. I believe I know what this one is. I actually haven't opened this one yet. I opened the last one, the coolant hose. Opened that one just because I wanted to see what was in it. See if it came with anything fancy. It didn't. Besides the hoses. This one should be the aluminum. Yes. Woohoo. The aluminum degas bottle. Oh boy, we gotta open this up. We gotta. Oh, would you look at that? God, that is nice. Ooh. Comes with the serial number and everything on there. The little nameplate stamped into the aluminum. There's a little bit of schmooing going on. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. There's a little bit of schmooing going on in here. And right by the welds. So we might see if we can take care of that with a little polishing gun. But honestly, overall, the thing looks really nice. Nice sight glass on the side of it and everything. New brackets for the bolts and everything. This'll look pretty good. This'll look pretty swanky up on that fancy schmancy cowl of mine. That will look good. We'll set that. You can use a piece of foam for it. Just set that here for now. Now this box I did open. I do not believe I'm going to use this one specifically from Mishimoto. I have a different one in mind that I would rather use, but this is the coolant filter kit. Comes with a thermostat. Comes with a turbo blanket as well. I'm not entirely sure why it came with a turbo blanket, but you never know. Maybe it's because the hoses ran a little close. Filter adapter housing, a filter, thermostat housing and such, and then the bracketry to mount the coolant filter itself, some fittings, hose adapter, and all of the hoses, hose clamps, etc. is all in here. So that's nice. And they also sent me some other stuff in with this turbo blanket, and I'll open that up a little later, but for right now I'll put all this stuff back in here. And yeah, like I said, I'm not for sure if I'm going to use this one or not. I might use the Sinister Diesel one just because of reasons I'll explain in a little bit, but we have that one here, but I'm just going to put everything back in the box for that, and we'll just keep it off to the side. Oh. But now we have the big things, the big fancies, and these I actually want a piece of cardboard for. This right here is the Mishimoto full aluminum radiator upgrade for my 6-liter. I'm going to hope that I can pull it. Oh yeah, we get it out of the box. Alright, I'm going to carefully set it down right there for now. I'm going to scooch this box out of the way. Ooh. Oh. This thing looks pretty cheesing, if I do say so. Oh. I have the back side facing the camera. Oh well. That. Oh, don't fucking damage it. Kick fucker, bend all things in it. Oh yeah, that is gonna look pretty tits. Ooh, nice full aluminum and everything. Might hit this thing with a quick little polish. Again, it's got them weird white marks right by the welds. But this thing will look nice. This thing will look really nice in the truck. Yeah, this thing's gonna look cool. Alright, and now the last box of everything. This here is, I believe I can open it this way. Oh, actually, this way. This is the Mishimoto aluminum transmission cooler. Oh boy! How many things? Oh, I didn't fuck anything up. Good deal. As you can see, I mean, this thing's massive. This is a big transporter. this thing's gonna be able to do quite a bit for this here truck. Oh, and there's hardware and everything in there too. Good deal. We're just gonna set this very gently right next to here. Peel plastic and such off of it. Oh yeah. So it should mount in there something like this. Now I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the factory Ford Transcooler is only about this tall to this top bracket. So it's only about 6 to 8 inches wide or tall. And this one's like about 1.5 feet real wide. I mean, this thing's gonna be really nice. And the main reason I got this was actually this truck, and I don't know if it was actually a problem with it or not, but it tended to heat the transmission up like excessively quick for what I wanted it to. So I'm thinking this should help fix that a little bit, but I'll get more into that once we get over there. But I'm going to set this down very gently. On that here piece of cardboard. So as you can see, we've got the blue radiator hoses, the aluminum degas bottle, full aluminum radiator, aluminum transcooler, upgraded transcooler, and the coolant filter kit, which I don't know if I'm going to use fully yet or not, but we're going to hold on to that. All for that there truck. Now, the thing is with this truck, so the reason I went with the transcooler, obviously I explained, and the reason I went with the aluminum radiator is just because I want to keep this truck cool, because there's a certain plan that I have for this truck. The end goal with this truck, which obviously is not going to happen right away, the end goal with this truck is to be pushing about 800 to 1,000 horsepower to the wheels out of this poor little Huey system engine. Because I want to make it really quick. I want to make it actually have a lot of snort to it. So that is why I went with performance style parts for everything. I mean, obviously the degas bottle isn't necessarily performance, and the coolant filter is kind of just a preemptive measure, but everything else that I've done with this truck so far has been centered more so around performance, and performance while looking cool. Again, why I went with the aluminum radiator and everything. I mean, they just look nice. So obviously in the engine bay, everything looks pretty bland here. This is just a bone stock 6-liter. I do have the Sinister Diesel oil filter cap, fuel filter cap. I have that kit. That is why I want to go with the Sinister Diesel coolant filter kit, because that just, again, I'm pretty sure it just mounts around here, and you can have it sitting right here. It comes with the nice big billet aluminum blue chunk that sits on top for the coolant filter to mount to and everything, and all the hoses and stuff. That's why I want to go with that, because I like having the blue with the dark gray and the chrome. You know, it all matches really good. And I didn't show it in the first video, but I mean, as you can see here, I did some blue accents down here, you know, with, yeah, as you can see, I did the coil springs up here blue. I did the bumper brackets down here in blue. I powder coated all that myself, painted the frame and such. Now, the other thing that I'm waiting on is down there. You can't really see it that good, but the tranny cooler lines have seen better days. I pulled a cheap high schooler mod, and I just painted them black because I didn't want them to look gross. But I have new tranny cooler lines coming. I also have new transmission filters coming for this thing. I have an oil cooler coming for it because I want to do, it's way down in there. I want to do the oil cooler because this is a 207,000 mile motor with the stock oil cooler. That's never bueno. So we're going to do the oil cooler on it, and I'm more than likely going to get the oil filter housing seal kit and everything like that, redo that. So that will be in the mix with it. And it's going to make it a little easier too, just because, I mean, I'm going to have this fan shroud off. All this stuff's going to be gone. So just to do this portion, so I might as well just, I mean, it don't take much to do that. Might as well just do it. And while all of this stuff is off, I'm going to be replacing the water pump down in there somewhere, because the stock water pumps on here have plastic impellers. I have no idea if this is a stock water pump or not, but I also don't want to take the chance on it, so we're going to replace that. Then I'm getting AMSOIL tranny fluid. I'm going to do an oil change on it right away, since I'm going to have the oil cooler out and everything. So AMSOIL engine oil for it. That's just what I want to run. You could put in the comments, oh, I run Shell Rottala T6 synthetic 1540, and my truck's ran for 750 million miles, and it's never caused me a single problem. I don't care. That's not my pickup. That's your pickup. This is my pickup. And I want to run fancy, expensive as fuck fuel because I'm stunned. But anyway, that's pretty much everything that's getting done engine-wise with this truck, is basically some upgraded maintenance, upgraded replacement parts, because this thing's been leaking along the seam. You can kind of see the wet there. So that's getting done. Just a lot of general maintenance things to this thing, oil change, tranny service, blah, 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 while replacing parts as we go along. Now we get into the extra parts of things, as long as I have time, money, and resources. I never showed you guys the inside, but as you can see, there's no seats in here, and there's no headliner. That was because when I went to winterize this thing and make sure there was no little brown furry friends in here, I reached up and I folded the passenger side visor down, and there was a hole, and rat fornication fell out of that hole. I hate mice being in my pickup. It makes me very unhappy. So that is why the headliner is currently sitting right here, draped across the front seats. And that was when I found out lots of cobble fuckery had happened with this headliner. So basically, when I bought the truck, I found out after I bought it that it had a salvage title. I bought it privately, so they didn't have to tell me. Wish they would have. I wouldn't have bought the fucker, but whatever. Now, being that it had a salvage title, it actually has not caused me any real engine problems that wouldn't have caused me already, just because of the fact that it's a 6-liter and I bought it with 180,000 on it. I needed to do injectors, a FICM, you know, the whole 9 yards on that stuff. God fucking bless America, kids. Next video is coming out on fucking Monday. If I could ever finish fucking recording the video, but you keep calling me. Engine-wise, this truck was really good to me. Minus a bit. Engine-wise, this truck was really nice to me. It hasn't really caused me any problems other than what it would have caused me anyways, just because it's a 6-liter. The salvage title comes into play with the interior things. So for those of you that were not following along with my TikTok or anything, and you don't know what I was messing with last year, I was messing with the heated seat elements in this thing earlier in the winter. And the reason I was messing with them is because the heated seats never worked since I bought the pickup. And I couldn't figure out why. Well, that was when I had discovered that, take a little look here. Those are wire, like, cut connects. The 3-ways. That's how this seat and the passenger seat both ran. Actually, no, I think the passenger one was fine. I think I put that one in to wire in the heated seat because I didn't have anything else to do with it, and I just wanted the heated seats to work. Not knowing that I mean, that is completely and utterly so obliviously wrong and not the way to do it. So that was what led me to figure out that they did not do a good job with this thing at all. I also found out through some research, this is the sunroof controller. This is not a factory sunroof. It did not have an overhead console like all of these trucks had with a factory sunroof. And when I first bought the truck, the rear windows didn't work. The people I bought it from said, oh, well, they haven't worked since we bought it. We don't know what's wrong with it. We just never fixed it. They had no regulator, nothing. They took the power rear door panels out of a Harley truck. See right here. They put these, had the switches plugged in and everything, slapped them on the truck and said, yep, it's good to go, and shipped it out the door. It had crank windows in the rear doors. So I really don't know what happened to this truck, nor do I really want to find out. I've been fixing things slowly as it comes along, and that's where I'm at. So if everything goes well with the engine and stuff, I would like to take the headliner and everything to a place that actually specializes in headliners and stuff with the whole truck, so then they can make a full custom headliner for it. Not doing Starlight or anything stupid. No. I just want them to basically make a new headliner, recover it in nice fabric like what this one has. Because I mean, this headliner, besides the fact that it's all schmood, it actually was a very nice headliner. It felt very factory. So I'm going to have them just make me a new headliner, have them make that aftermarket switch to work, because that sunroof does not leak. There's no problems with that sunroof. It all works. I just want to keep it. And as far as what I could see, you can still buy aftermarket parts for them, so it still works. That's all going to get done at some point. I have been told that it's about $300 to $400 for just a factory Ford sunroof headliner. And then they're going to have to obviously recover it, patch a couple things, cut a couple things to make my sunroof switch and everything work, since I don't have the factory Ford overhead console, but that's besides the point. The other thing that I would really like to do to this truck before it goes on the road this summer, which obviously if I can't. I'm not going to worry about it super bad, but I would like to try. And that is that. That's a problem. And the whole bed is, she's pretty whooped. It needs a new bed, desperately. Very bad, it needs a new bed. I am hoping once tax time rolls around, that'll be enough spare cash moolah in my pocket that I can go and get one of these rust-free short beds for a 99 to 2010 Ford F-250 and not have to pay an arm and a leg for it. Now, obviously, am I going to get one in this dark gray? No, I'm not. It's not going to happen. I'm going to have to learn how to paint it, but I am not afraid of that because obviously if you guys were following along for Snapchat or Instagram, I painted this by myself with rattle cans. And don't get me wrong, it's not like factory finish. It's not perfect, but it is way better than what a lot of other people do. So I'm not scared of learning how to paint the bed on this thing. And if I can do the bed and I can paint it really good, then maybe by next winter, if everything kind of works out, maybe I'll fix the rockers and cab corners on it. I'm not sure yet. But for right now, that is where I'm going to cut this video off, is just look at all these fancy, shiny aluminum parts. Look at this beautiful 6-liter they're going to go in. Oh, it's going great. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. The next video will be me actually tearing into this truck. And what's nice about this is I will be able to get some powder coating stuff done on this truck too. I will be able to show you guys kind of my setup for that and how I do all of that stuff. That will come within the next couple of videos. And I'm going to try my best to do enough, but not too much in every video, so I can actually have content for a prolonged period of time for this thing. because otherwise I'm going to get it in my head that, oh, well, I have the parts. I can just do all of it in one video, and then it's like a one video that's 3 hours long, and I really don't think anybody wants to sit through and watch that whole thing. So I'm going to try to space it out as best I can. Obviously, the first video is probably just going to be me getting the fan shroud and everything out, getting all this stuff torn off, all out of the way, get the radiator out, these pieces off, and probably try to work and see what I have to do for the transcooler, because I believe I might have to take the grill off and the whatever this is called. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I might have to take that stuff off to get to the transcooler, but I'm not 100%. I have to do a little bit more digging into it. It's been a while since I've torn anything like this apart. So that's pretty much it for today's update video, walkthrough, unboxing. Oh, so cool. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. This video should be out Monday, and I will have another video for you guys out next week, Monday. But until then, peace.